What's up, YouTubers? I'm going to go through this magazine. It's our authorized Gearwrench dealer. Yes, we have a authorized Gearwrench truck that comes by every Thursday. Him and the Snap-on guy compete with me, of course. And a lot of times they're here at the same time, but they kind of work around each other, and they're very patient with me. So I'm going to go through this, and probably Thursday I'm going to talk with Scott, our Gearwrench dealer, and hopefully we can go through his truck and just kind of introduce ourselves to y'all, and we'll get, some of the photos of his truck and that, but I digress. Here's the front page, and it is January and February of 2017. They've got a lot of monster stuff, Makita, Milwaukee. Let's just go into it a little bit. Here's some of the Gearwrench stuff that they have. I really would like to get this set here. It's the Gearwrench bit set. You have your metric and standard Allens, the stubbies. You have metric and Allen Torques. This set would be nice for doing brakes and what have you. If you notice here, you can get an 8-piece, 11-piece, and a 41-piece, and it will all interchange. I've got this kit here. I paid $54 for it. The flex head, the locks, is a little bit more. I think they're pretty pricey on that. There's really not a whole lot of pricing in this book, so just bear with me, and I'm going to run through it kind of quick. I'll probably not get through the whole book because if you'll notice, it's fairly thick. So I'll just kind of go over it and give you some idea, but he has a lot of this stuff on the truck, which he spent a ton of money, and he's got 2 of them running in Northwest Arkansas, so I'm very impressed with what they have. I mean, you can get car lifts. I like to have the 4-post one. I know it's a little pricey, but that's just part of it. Anything you want. This is what I was talking about on there. If you'll notice, look at the price. I think that's a little bit high. I paid $54 for mine, and mine has double the stuff in it. I don't know if this is a new style or what. Maybe y'all can give me some input on the Gearwrench stuff. I mostly buy Snap-on, but on some of the cheaper stuff, I do buy it through him, the Gearwrench, because he comes and I don't have to run all over town getting this stuff and taking up my time. Give you some idea here, folks. I've not used these. It's jet impacts. Once again, I'm Snap-on. I've tired of buying the junk. I'm not saying it's junk, but for me, I've had Ingersoll round. I've had just about every type of impact wrench, and I'll be the first to admit I am hard on tools. So I don't know. I've not used any of it, so I'm not really going to say. I have used the DeWalt. I'm not impressed with DeWalt. Their battery life I don't think lasts as long as the Snap-on. They got good warranty, don't get me wrong. And I've abused the DeWalt. I have some of DeWalt stuff. I've worked in factories for about 30 years. I no longer do that, but any DeWalt stuff we had and used, it just seems like you have to charge the battery constantly. And when you're through doing a project and you got to run back and get a battery or whatever, my Snap-on, I have had maybe used it I maybe have had to charge it in the last 6 months maybe twice. My DeWalt, I got to charge every day. They've got some pretty decent prices on some stuff. I like Gearwrench stuff. I've got a lot of Gearwrench stuff, but I have more Snap-on stuff than I do Gearwrench. I know this particular deal, I don't know if it's rebranded or whatever, but these are awesome. I know several people that have them. You can get 18-inch, 24, or 36. And, you know, a lot of the guys that I know have them. That's one thing I borrow because I have no use for them, you know. I probably ought to get a set, but, you know, I don't need them enough to justify buying them right now. I do like their pliers. I'm going to get a few more of their pliers. Mostly I have Snap-on. You know, these are, I've looked at them, and I don't know. My Snap-on guy kind of watches sales and things and knows that, you know, I guess I'm kind of hooked on the Snap-on stuff. I am going to get some of these pliers. I think that's a very good price on them. Sometimes, you know, you get what you pay for. I'll just put it that way. A lot of times, both of them will come and they'll have sales on some of the tools, and I like that because they kind of look out for me and say, hey, you know, this is on sale, or give me a better deal, because I do buy a lot of tools from them, and I'm just getting started out. I've been in this business for about 2 years. I've done it for probably since I was 16 years old. I've always customized cars. I've done a lot of custom work, lighting, painting. I do a lot of painting. It's just, you know, one of them deals. I think this is outrageous for this particular one. I've never heard of AirCat. You know, I would buy a Snap-on one. I just, once again, I'm partial to Snap-on. I've got a lot of tools in my box that basically I probably ought to just get rid of them because they're junk, you know, and I'm not gonna badmouth the brand or whatever. You know, it is what it is. I just feel you get what you pay for, and you know, that's just part of the deal. Well, you guys can see, you know, that he's got a variety of stuff, and I think that the Gearwrench truck is, you know, it's for the working man, you know, and I know Snap-on is, but, you know, if you don't have a whole lot of money, you know, buy the Gearwrench. These lights here are awesome. I've got one. This light in particular is a monster. The model number, MST10120. This light is the bomb. I've dropped it. See if I can't turn it on here. It will light up underneath the car. I've had so many of the plug-in ones and rechargeable ones, battery operated ones, and they don't last. This one, so far, I've had it for a year. It's a little dirty, but I like it. It works good for me. I don't have any problems with it. I've dropped it a couple times. I've had a Craftsman one that I dropped one time, and that was it. You know, people say, oh, you could take it back to Sears and get your money back, and that. It's just the hassle. I got to leave from here and go up there, and, you know, time is money, in my opinion. And the Snap-on guy or the Gearwrench guy comes by, and I've got a Makita that I burn up, and the Makita drill that I burn up, the it's got a 5-year warranty on it, and he offered to go ahead and warranty it for me with the Gearwrench truck. I mean, you know, it's... Anyway, back to this. Sorry, I kind of get off track here. But you can see that there's a variety of stuff, and I'm not going to go into full detail, but you know, I love their welding stuff. They've got all the the newer 2017 stuff, the lights. Their lights are comparable with Snap-on, meaning they're about around the same price. I mean, they are a little bit, not a whole lot cheaper, but the Snap-on, once again, they've got the lifetime warranty. A few jackets and gloves and stuff. You can get heaters. I mean, I didn't even know Gearwrench did any of this.